Have you ever spent hours reading, highlighting every other sentence, filling notebooks with beautiful summaries, and then 2 days later the information is gone? You put in the effort, you paid the price, but you got nothing in return. You look around and see others, the fast learners, who barely seem to study, yet they grasp complex concepts in one pass. They articulate ideas flawlessly. They seem to absorb knowledge while you feel like you're trying to catch water with a sieve. The question you ask is, are they just smarter than me? The answer is no. They are not smarter. They are simply operating under a different set of rules. They understand the principle of cognitive subtraction. They realize that learning faster isn't about adding more work. It's about removing the processes that don't work. By the end of this video, you will understand the 3 core cognitive lies you've been taught and how to replace them with a system so efficient it will feel like you've been granted an unfair advantage. Lie number 1: repetition creates memory. We've all been conditioned to believe that memory is built through repetition. Read, reread, rewrite. The logic seems sound. The more times you see it, the more it sticks. But this is the first great cognitive lie. Repetition creates familiarity, not memory. When you reread a textbook, your brain processes the information easily because it recognizes the words. It says, "I've seen this before. We are safe. No need to store this permanently." You feel productive, but all you've done is practice the recognition skill, which requires 0 effort. Your brain is a ruthless machine. If it's easy, it assumes it's unimportant. The truth is, memory is created through struggle. The moment you struggle to pull a fact out of your mind, that uncomfortable momentary failure is the exact moment your brain sends a massive signal. Hey, this information is critical. We must solidify this connection. This is the power of active recall. You don't learn when you put information in. You learn when you successfully pull it out. Stop treating your brain like a hard drive you fill up. Start treating it like a muscle you must challenge. The fix? The empty page rule. After every 20-minute study sprint, close the book and get a blank sheet of paper. Write down everything you can remember about the topic without looking. Diagram it. Explain it. Don't worry about being perfect. The act of retrieval is the only part that matters. Embrace the struggle. That struggle is the sound of your brain rewiring itself. Lie number 2: time equals progress. The second lie is the tyranny of the clock. We equate the quantity of time spent with the quality of learning. We schedule 3-hour blocks because that's what serious students do. And then we find ourselves distracted for 180 minutes. This is driven by Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time allotted. If you give yourself 4 hours, the task will take 4 hours, regardless of its true complexity. You introduce slack, distraction, and decision fatigue. The fast learner understands that the brain works in sprints, not marathons. The brain rewards intensity, not duration. We need to apply cognitive subtraction to our schedule by ruthlessly compressing time. The fix? The focused 25-5 compression. Commit to a 25-minute block of 100% focused, distraction-free work. Not 50 minutes, not 90 minutes. Just 25. That's short enough to feel manageable, but long enough to dive deep. During this time, the phone is in another room, all tabs are closed. When the timer goes off, you take a necessary 5-minute break. When you compress the time, you force your cognition to operate at peak efficiency. You eliminate the warm-up time. You stop waiting for motivation. You simply execute. You will find that one focused 25-minute sprint achieves more than 2 hours of distracted scrolling and rereading. Remember, you don't need more hours to study. You need to respect the time you have. Line number 3: knowledge must be stored, not shared. This packs really close to sharing your knowledge with the world. Knowledge shared is knowledge multiplied. The fastest learners are always teachers. They understand that to truly internalize a concept, you must force it into a cohesive, externalized structure. This is known as the Feynman Technique. The fix? The public explanation. After you've done your active recall, find someone or something to explain the topic to. Explain it to your roommate, your pet, or an imaginary listener in a voice memo. When you prepare to teach, your brain is forced to perform 3 crucial acts. Simplification. You must break down complex jargon into simple foundational concepts. Organization. You must impose a logical flow, turning scattered facts into a narrative. Identification. You immediately discover the gaps in your knowledge because you cannot explain what you do not understand. This act of sharing, of forcing your thought into a public language, is what burns the information permanently into your long-term memory. Stop being a consumer. Start acting like a builder who creates with the material. Conclusion: identity and the unfair advantage. The people who learn the fastest aren't born different. They simply stop doing what doesn't work. They stopped relying on passive consumption and embraced the uncomfortable power of active recall. They stopped being slaves to time and started utilizing cognitive compression. They stopped hoarding knowledge and started solidifying memory through externalization and teaching. This isn't about working harder. It's about aligning your method with your biology. It's about cognitive subtraction. And here's the beautiful consequence. When you start studying this way, you change your identity. You're no longer someone who tries to learn fast. You become someone who is a fast learner. And once you own that identity, the results aren't just faster. They're exponentially better. They feel so effortless, so effective, so clean, it looks unfair. But now you know, it's not unfair. It's just aligned. Welcome to Ascend Daily.